There are things humans are better off not seeing, but have you ever wondered what exists just beyond our everyday world? Alien beings, phenomena so bizarre they seem unreal, and creatures you never thought could exist. What you're about to see has all the ingredients to creep you out. In a remote Nigerian village, a family set sail down a river hoping to catch fish, but what they hauled in looked like the stuff of nightmares. Tangled in the net was what appeared to be a snake, except it had the upper body of a human, its torso blending seamlessly into a serpent's tail. The witnesses were horrified. Fearing it could harm the village if released, they tightened the net around it, but they claimed the creature was incredibly strong and eventually broke free. The family believed they had encountered the Naga, the legendary half-human, half-cobra being, and if I may weigh in, it looked terrifying. Strange stalker. This video has been circulating on social media, and the source claimed a relative sent him the clip from a remote area. And honestly, it's terrifying. You can see a white horse being chased by something unnatural. Then, as the camera zooms in, the figure becomes clearer. A dark, humanoid creature with grotesquely elongated arms, using them almost like extra limbs to run faster after the panicked horse. It moves unlike anything most of us have ever seen. The source claimed his relatives gathered people and managed to save the horse, but the creature escaped before they could capture it, disappearing into the wasteland. Bat creature. One night, a villager's dog started barking wildly, forcing him outside to see what had disturbed it. He expected a stray animal, but not this. The dog was staring up into a tree where something bird-like sat perched on a branch. At first he thought it was a bat, but as he looked closer, he realized it had a humanoid shape, a bat-like face, and wings. Then suddenly it leapt from the branch and screeched at the dog. He froze, unsure whether to run, but just as quickly, the creature flew back into the tree and vanished into the darkness, leaving him speechless and shaken. Root monster. So, this wild clip popped up online recently, and honestly, I'm still not over it. A couple of adventurers were filming deep in the woods when the ground started shifting, and then out popped this thing. Not an animal, not a plant, something in between. The folks filming didn't even scream, they just stood there in shock. Some netizens swear it's a tentacle monster, others went full sci-fi, calling it a land octopus. But for me, it's giving cursed mandrake root vibes. Like, you pluck it from the wrong patch of forest and instant nightmare. Whatever it was, it shouldn't have moved like that. Bizarre waitress. Now what do we have here? The lower torso of a woman's legs in shorts and red heels, seemingly attached to a moving table, carrying a platter of food through a crowd. It's a real head-turner, like one of those impossible stage illusions. But here's the twist. This isn't a magic show. It's an actual restaurant, and it's creepy to watch. The legs move gracefully, stopping at exactly the right moment when someone reaches for food, never bumping into anyone. The coordination is so seamless, it feels unreal. Is it advanced robotics? Or a person hidden inside some bizarre contraption? Either way, if their goal was to creep people out, I think they achieved it. Abyss visitor.
Damn. Oh, Eddie, don't get excited now.
A group of friends were fishing in Miami's Biscayne Bay one weekend, expecting nothing unusual. But minutes later, one of them pulled in something bizarre. It was jet black, slimy, with strange flaps and an almost alien appearance. They had no idea what they were looking at, so they filmed it and released it back into the water. Social media theories claimed it was an extraterrestrial life form, or even a mutant created by human waste, dumped into the ocean. But the storm died down when seasoned fishermen stepped in, saying it was just a common sea slug. Still, does a common sea slug really look like that? Have you ever seen one in your life? Hit like and subscribe before the next unexplained thing lurking out there finds its way onto camera.
What the is this? What the is this?
Wandering tree. Do you see anything wrong with this clip? I'll give you a moment to process it. Did you notice the tree moving? Even I had to watch this several times before believing what I was seeing. The tree appears to be slowly inching toward the camera. It's subtle, but it's there if you watch closely. The legend of moving trees has existed forever, and maybe this is the proof people have been waiting for, but not in the way we imagined. Instead of sprouting legs and walking, the tree seems to shift almost imperceptibly on its own. Creepy part is, if trees can move that slowly, how often would we even notice? Portal trees.
I'm gonna come back tomorrow and let's see if it drooped up a little bit.
This man claims something disturbing is happening in his front yard. According to him, 2 trees planted side by side have been moving closer together, and he believes one of them may not even be natural, but artificial. Stranger still, he noticed birds never land on either tree, which he found deeply unusual. To test his theory, he tied a cord between them to see if the distance changed overnight. And shockingly, the cord drooped the next day, seeming to prove the trees had shifted. Some people even suggested the spot could be some kind of portal. Whether that's true or not, the whole thing carries a sinister vibe.
Look at it blowing in the wind. Look at this. I had this thing so tight. Look at this droop. This thing definitely moved.
Winged humanoid. What an Indian local caught on camera might blow your mind. While filming the sky over the city, he noticed something strange. At first, he thought it was a large bird, but as he zoomed in, he realized it looked like a humanoid figure with massive wings, gliding seamlessly across the sky. He insisted he recorded the clip himself, and many who saw it were left baffled. So I guess we have flying humans now as well. But whether this was something natural, experimental, or even lab-created remains a mystery. And it raises a bigger question. What else could be moving above us that we mistake for birds? Walking rain.
It is rain.
This woman in San Diego captured a strange phenomenon unlike ordinary rain. From a distance, you can actually see it creeping toward her, almost like a moving wall. The rain isn't falling where she's standing, but as she films, it advances slowly like a sheet of fog sweeping down the street. You can literally watch it approach. She was stunned, claiming she had never seen anything like it before. And honestly, it does look surreal as the rain closes in and suddenly drenches the road around her. What a strange place we live in.
What? Oh my gosh, serious?
Ritual motion. A Chinese man uploaded a video that has taken the internet by storm. In it, plastic bowls and chairs on the ground were moving by themselves while he made strange gestures nearby. Then he appeared to demonstrate how he was doing it, performing what looks like some kind of ritual involving fire. People can't figure out what they're seeing. Some believed it was black magic. Others thought it was an elaborate trick, but no one was able to convincingly explain how he made those objects move the way they did. Whatever was happening, it looked unnervingly real. Sky phenomenon. The deeper you look into this video, the worse it gets. A woman in Beverly Hills captured a strange smoke formation in the sky while taking her son to the school van. At first, it drifted like mist, changing shapes and gliding higher and higher. But after watching for a while, something far more unsettling happened. The smoke seemed to form the shape of a woman. Long, black, disheveled hair, legs suspended in the air. The witness was convinced she had seen a witch, like the ones she'd heard about in old stories. Was it pareidolia? Or did something take shape in those clouds? Honestly, it's hard not to stare. Floating palm. Back in August 2021, people in Bar Harbor, Maine, witnessed something impossible, a palm tree floating in midair with no visible support. Bystanders were stunned and quickly began filming. When the footage hit social media, some viewers suggested it may have been hanging from a large crane used to relocate trees, but those who saw it in person said it didn't feel that simple. For a moment, it looked as if a tree had simply broken free from gravity and was hovering in plain sight. Dust Devil. A video from Africa is going viral, and not for the usual reasons. Tourists filming near the forest spotted a black creature moving with the dust. At first, it looked like a shadow, but as the camera focused, its movements became clear. It twisted, turned, and danced with an almost deliberate grace, as if guided by an invisible hand. Locals say it is the guardian of the forest, a being they call the Dust Devil. Ancient tales claim it can control the winds, and we just witnessed that. Scary part? It disappears immediately under the ground, as if it wasn't there ever before. Well, watching it felt haunting. Fire vortex. This strange clip shows a ritual practice linked to the Brazilian religion Umbanda, and what happens is hard to believe. Candles burn beside a small altar holding miniature figures and a cross. Then the fire does something bizarre. It begins swirling like a tornado inside the room. The fiery vortex even changes color, shifting from orange to blue and back again. It looks so surreal, you'd think it wasn't real, but it was filmed. Then, the raging spiral calms down and disappears, and somehow none of the objects on the altar appear burned. That's what really unsettled people. Many claimed dark magic was involved, because how does a fire tornado form indoors and leave everything untouched? Weird flame. Over the snowy slopes of Rusutsu Resort in Japan, one of the attendees noticed a very weird flame that kept appearing and disappearing momentarily. It was thought to be sparks coming from an exposed electric cable that may have been touching the tree, but no electrical wires were found due to safety concerns, which made this case interesting and concerning at the same time. Grasping pole. Just when you think you've seen it all, this shows up. A clip began circulating online showing an ordinary streetlight, or so it seemed. Look closer, and the illusion shatters. Two pale, human-like arms were jutting out from the pole, frozen but unmistakably real. It looked wrong. Some joked it was a skinwalker's poor disguise. Others believed something or someone was trapped inside, reaching out. The uploader even claimed he saw the pole twitch occasionally. Whatever the truth, one thing's clear. That's no regular light pole. And if it is, it's one I'd never walk past alone. Roadside mystery. We don't even know half the things that are hidden among us, as one man realized on a late-night walk. On the side of a road, he found a strange blob. At first, he thought it was just garbage, but then it moved, seemingly alive. Twisting and turning, stretching upwards, the gelatinous creature looked as if it had sprung out of a sci-fi movie. He couldn't make sense of the entity at all. Posting the clip online, he hoped for some answers, but no one had any idea what the creature was. Blazing streak. This clip was posted anonymously with no context whatsoever. It showed a fiery object racing across an open field, setting the grass ablaze as it moved. The speed was unlike anything people had seen before. Some believed it captured a rare natural phenomenon, something never caught on camera until now. Others were convinced it was something else entirely, a supernatural being made of fire. Theories flooded in, but skeptics weren't convinced. They dismissed the clip as nothing more than clever editing. Still, the video remains as an unexplained mystery. Flesh mask. This footage out of Milwaukee is seriously disturbing. It shows a man approaching a couple of witnesses, but something about him isn't right. As he gets closer, it almost looks like his ears are peeling off the sides of his head. Then it gets stranger. The man claims he's trying to remove a mask. But what are we really looking at? It could be some medical condition, or something staged to terrify people. Yet many viewers insist the mask looks far too realistic. And if it isn't a mask, then what exactly was peeling away from his face? Cubic cloud. A local in the UK may have captured something unusual in the sky. We've all seen clouds of every shape and size, but have you ever seen a cubical cloud? And stranger still, it seemed to float separately from the rest, almost detached from the sky around it. Its shape looked nearly perfect, with one face reflecting sunlight like one of those basic cube drawings we all made as kids. And that's what made it feel suspicious. It almost looked like a UFO trying to stay hidden under cloud cover, or maybe it was just a rare atmospheric phenomenon. But honestly, it doesn't look ordinary. Forest roach. A man hiking deep in the forest near Ithaca, New York, saw something so unsettling his heart began racing. Crawling across the snow was a huge cockroach, moving slowly on its spindly legs as if patrolling the woods. He kept his distance and filmed it, convinced it looked like it was guarding territory. Then he changed his route while searching for his dog, wondering what other dangers might be hiding deeper in those trees. Living lake. In the remote regions of Mongolia, there is a mysterious lake said to dislike humans. According to legend, the moment someone approaches its clear waters, the calm surface begins boiling and spills over the banks. Scientists blame underground gases or sound vibrations, but locals say the lake has a will of its own, and some people may have captured evidence. In what looked like a completely dry landscape, water suddenly burst from the top of an empty ravine, surging forward with such force that within seconds it rushed toward people standing in its path. They barely escaped. Was this just a natural flash surge, or was the lake responding exactly as the old stories claim? Reality rift. This man was walking around his block when he noticed something glowing in the distance. As he got closer, he realized it was nothing ordinary. The thing appeared to float midair, looking almost like a glowing crack in reality, shimmering iridescently in the darkness. It was mesmerizing and deeply unsettling. But frustratingly, we never learn what it was, because the source didn't go near it, didn't throw anything at it, didn't even test how it would react, which only makes the mystery worse. Was it some rare atmospheric effect, or did he stumble onto something far stranger? Sky funnel. While casually filming, this man may have captured one of the rarest phenomena on Earth. It looked like a wavy spotlight descending from the sky, glowing in broad daylight with an almost magical quality. It was the kind of sight that makes you expect an alien to drop down at any second. Slowly, it drifted away and vanished a minute later, and he almost missed it. But this wasn't a UFO beam at all. Some say it was a tornado-like funnel of dust or debris, a rare atmospheric event. Even so, it looked unreal. Have you ever come across anything remotely like this? Frozen orbs.
They're natural, perfectly clear ice balls.
This video might look edited, but it was filmed by photographer BC Wanderer near Hope, British Columbia, at a frozen waterfall hiding a bizarre natural mystery. He lifted huge ice balls from the pool below, so perfectly round they looked man-made. But the entire process was completely natural. At the waterfall's base, chunks of ice float, while rushing water keeps them spinning like a lathe. As supercooled water splashes over them, fresh ice freezes evenly on all sides. The constant spinning smooths away edges, slowly shaping them into flawless frozen spheres. It sounds impossible, yet there they were. Nature can create things stranger than fiction.
Hey, make us keep going.
Mind weapon. This shocking clip has left viewers unsure what to think. It appears to be leaked footage from some kind of secret lab. A woman in a hospital gown stands alone inside a bare room, then does the unthinkable. She raises her hands toward a heavy metal vault door, and it begins sliding forward before crumpling into a ball. Yes, the woman seemed to do it with only her mind. If the footage is real, it raises disturbing questions. Are humans being experimented on to unlock abilities like telekinesis? And if so, what happens when these engineered superhumans are released into the world? The implications are almost too unsettling to imagine. Cyclops calf. This footage posted by Creekside Vet shows something truly shocking. One of their clients' Angus cows gave birth to a calf with a deformed face and only one eye in the middle of its head. Now, this isn't some mutant creature from legend. It's an extremely rare condition called cyclopia, caused when the brain doesn't properly divide into two hemispheres during early development. Most cases sadly don't survive long, but people online are claiming human interference with nature may be behind such anomalies. Whatever the cause, the calf is in safe hands and receiving care. Still, it's one of those sights you don't easily forget. Floating bottle.
Could someone please explain the science?
People are catching things on camera that just shouldn't exist, and this one may mess with your sense of reality. A mom recorded her son sitting inside their car when somehow an empty water bottle began floating mid-air, hovering and slowly spinning as if gravity no longer applied. She claimed her son simply let go of it, and it rose on its own. There's no clear explanation for what happened here, and honestly, I've drawn a blank. Was it some bizarre trick of physics? Or something stranger? Let me know if you have any theories, because this one is hard to shake.
It was spinning, it's not spinning.
Tumbling cloud.
Te hubieras ido por ahí para que nos tomáramos mejor.
Have you ever seen a cloud do a lazy somersault in the sky? This man caught exactly that. A cloud began descending downward, and as it drew nearer, it turned and rotated slowly, as if losing control of itself. He believed it wasn't an ordinary cloud at all, but possibly a UFO cloaked as one, malfunctioning in plain sight. Strange theory. But after seeing it, you may wonder too. Abyss twins. A fisherman captured something strange just below the water's surface, and because it stays submerged, there's no clear way to tell what it is. Some see conjoined octopuses with mutant-like tentacles twisting together. Others see something far more grotesque, two human heads attached to writhing limbs. And that interpretation is worse, because once you see it that way, you can't unsee it. Mountain serpent. This clip was recorded by a local in Pakistan, showing what looks like an ordinary mountainside until you notice something else. A massive snake-like creature appears to be slithering up toward the top of the hill. It looks so enormous some people claimed a dragon was caught on camera, saying it seemed nearly half the size of the mountain. Others argue it could be a giant python, which is somehow just as terrifying. Imagine hiking there and coming face to face with something like that. Yep, I'm out. Whether dragon or snake, whatever was moving up that slope did not look small. Egg hail. This shocking clip comes from Saudi Arabia, where a man began recording while driving through a hailstorm. At first, you just see ice raining down, but later he parks his car, steps out, and picks up the hail. And that's when the real shock hits. The ice stones are the size of literal eggs. Imagine that. People could hardly believe it, but the video is there for everyone to see. If one of those hit your windshield or your head, that's a terrifying thought. Here's another clip from Saudi Arabia showing the ground after an April hailstorm, and it looks unreal. You can barely even see the earth beneath because everything is buried under what looks like a sheet of ice. The landscape resembles a frozen field more than a desert. For a place known for heat, the sight feels almost impossible, definitely surreal. Egg horror. Here's a guy with a chicken egg in a pan. Totally normal, right? Omelet vibes. Sunday morning chill. But hold on, this took a sharp left. The guy starts chanting. Yeah, actual chanting, before cracking the egg. Weird already. Then, instead of yolk, a whole swarm of black bugs spills out, alive and crawling. People online lost it. Some blamed black magic. Others thought it was a cursed egg or some twisted prank. Whatever it was, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be side-eyeing my breakfast for a while. Goat hybrid. Back in 2023, a bizarre clip from a small town in South Africa started making rounds online. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary gathering. A woman sat calmly on the ground while locals stood around her, some even smiling. But as the camera moved in closer, things took a strange turn. Her body appeared human, yet her feet looked more like a goat's. Some viewers also pointed out what seemed to be a thin tail behind her. Then a man began slowly circling her, making odd movements as though carrying out some ancient ritual. The woman remained silent and motionless, but what unsettled people most was how no one there seemed surprised. Glitched tap. Okay, so this one really got people spiraling online. A guy is washing his hands at an outdoor basin, and the tap turns on completely on its own. But here's the wild part. Right before it does, he makes this gesture with his hands, almost like he's paying respects to some deity, and water starts flowing. Then, a woman tries the exact same thing and gets absolutely nothing. She tries everything. The water refuses to come. People lost their minds, calling it a glitch in reality, proof the simulation was breaking down. But then a few seconds after, the woman finds a foot lever under the basin. You press it with your foot, and the water comes out. So yeah, not everything you see online is the Matrix collapsing. Sometimes, it's just a pedal. Mosquito mutant. If bugs make your skin crawl, maybe skip this one, because someone just filmed what looked like a giant mosquito with folded roach wings. People immediately panicked. Was this evolution gone rogue? Are mosquitoes leveling up? Well, not quite. Turns out, it's actually a robber fly. Not a mutant, just nature being extra weird. They're even considered helpful since they eat pests. Still, good bug or not, it looks like something straight out of a nightmare. Venom virus?
Got you guys a very close-up shot of it so you can...
Is another virus about to be unleashed on our planet, or what? Because this didn't give me a good feeling at all. The footage posted anonymously sparked a panic among social media users as they scrambled to look for answers. There was a strange protrusion coming out of the ominous green blob that appeared to be its tongue. Many netizens believed it was some sort of parasitic worm and ready to flee the planet, while a couple of experts argued that it might be a species of ribbon worm, but that's only speculation, which means going off to Mars is still not a bad idea.
Strange. Never seen anything like it.
Twist of nature. This strange clip was filmed at a tourist spot in Uganda, where the northern and southern hemispheres supposedly meet. Tourists perform a simple test standing on one side. They pour water into a funnel and drop a flower in. On the northern side, the flower spins clockwise. But just a few steps away, in the southern zone, it spins the other way. It's meant to demonstrate the Coriolis effect, how Earth's rotation subtly influences motion. The guide swears by it, saying it proves we're standing on two sides of the planet, but not everyone buys it. Some say it's a trick to sell the illusion. So, does this funnel really reveal the Earth's spin, or is it just another tourist trap dressed as science?
So this happens when you flush your toilet. As you live in the northern, you flush your toilet in the sink, that's how the water flows.
Koala cryptid. A group of men in the Philippines recently filmed a bizarre creature high in a tree, leaving viewers confused about what they were seeing. The being appeared to have a primitive, humanoid body, but its face looked like a strange mix of a koala and a beaver, features that don't match any known species. The Philippines has long been linked to unusual sightings and local legends, and this strange encounter only added to the mystery. The footage sparked debate online, with many wondering what could still be hiding in the shadows of the archipelago. Alien snake. This guy was just out enjoying nature when he stumbled on something seriously bizarre. At first glance, it looked like a snake, but then he saw the head. Not snake-like, not even slug-like, more like alien. Big, smooth, and totally out of place, like it crash-landed straight from Mars. Some folks online guessed it was just a rare slug species. Others weren't convinced. A few even joked it might have slipped out of some secret alien lab experiment gone wrong. Whatever it was, it didn't look like it belonged on Earth. Scientists might be pumped to study it, but for the rest of us, that's a solid nope. Montauk Monster. People had started asking again, is the Montauk Monster back, or was this something new? A recent sighting added fuel to the mystery. On the 1st of March 2026, a witness in Long Beach, California, came across a strange creature washed ashore. Its skin was pale, almost bleached, with a quadrupedal body, sharp claws, and a long tail. It looked like it belonged on land, not in the ocean. What made it eerie? This wasn't the first time. Similar sightings had happened before, years apart, different coasts, yet the creatures looked nearly identical. So what exactly was washing up on these shores? Tiny flyer.
That's a fairy.
This viral footage left many netizens stunned. A woman was out with her friends when she noticed something odd floating in the air. It looked small and white, almost like a bit of fluff drifting on the breeze. But as she zoomed in with her phone camera, things took a bizarre turn. The object wasn't fluff at all. It had limbs, wings, and it was fluttering in midair. Some even claimed it looked like a tiny humanoid creature, almost fairy-like. While skeptics were quick to call it CGI or some elaborate prank, others, especially cryptid enthusiasts, were convinced. Was it really a fairy, caught on camera, or just a really well-timed illusion? Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.